Guys, welcome back to my channel today. Don't forget, of course, before we even get started, to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video with anyone you think can benefit. Also hit the notifications bell so you can keep up with me when I post new videos throughout the week. So today what we're going to be doing is an updated eyebrow tutorial. As you can see, I don't have anything on other than some foundation, and today I use the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir foundation, which I really like, in the color Soft Sable. And I'm going to be doing my brows, but I'm going to use two different things to fill in my brows today. I'm going to use my brow pencil from Ruby Kisses, the Gold Brow Pencil, and this is the shade Dark Brown. And on the other eye, I'm going to use the NYX Gel Eyebrow. So I'm going to show you pretty much how to use a gel. And even though this is in a squeeze tube, if you have a, I don't know where my gel is, but if you have the Anastasia one that comes in the pot, it's the same thing as the one that comes in a squeeze. So this is just a little bit cheaper. This is $6.99 compared to Anastasia's, which I really do like, but it's $18, and the pencil is only $2, and I find that you get a good deal with it. And so that's what we're going to use today. So let's go ahead and get started. I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks again for watching. Okay guys, so right now I have my Ruby Kisses Gold Brow Pencil. It's in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm brushing out my eyebrows first before I get started. Very important to do this. And now I'm going to go ahead and just draw a line going right in the natural shape of my eyebrow. So people will ask me, how do you know where to stop? Stop where your brow starts growing. I don't have any brows, so I extended my line just a little bit to match the corner or the edge of my eye right at the end. So once you draw that line, you pretty much see everything that needs to go on top, and that's your marker also, so you don't end up drawing on a unibrow. You can tell exactly where to stop. So you're going to go right on top, and you can go as high as you want. You're just going to have to fill it in with color, especially if there's no brow there, no eyebrow hair there. But now I'm going on top, and I'm tracing out the way that I want the top and filling in everything else in the middle. So once you do that, and you just take your time, as you can see, I'm just using the edge of the pencil, and I'm going very, very gently and very, very softly. And again, I'm gonna make sure I don't have a unibrow situation going on. Then with the edge, so it's not too harsh and boxy, I'm gonna go ahead and just brush out my brows. And it helps it so that it looks like natural hair, eyebrow hairs are actually there. I actually have a pimple in my brow, which is so annoying, so I had to go back and just shade it in a little bit more. But just take your time. So you're doing a trace and then filling in everything in the middle. Now I'm going to do the other brow with using the NYX Waterproof Brow Gel. This is my favorite eyebrow product at the moment. For this one though, you will need an angled brush. You can purchase any angled brush that you want. I say go with a smaller angled brush because it's easier to use. Then I normally squeeze some product right on the back of my hand. You don't have to do that. I don't suggest squeezing the product on the brush because if you put too much on there and then you go to filling your brows, it might create a mess. So squeeze it onto something and then pick it up with your brush. Now brushing out my other brow, I'm going to do the same thing with the gel. I'm going to do a line. Notice that I did not use a lot of color for the line that I'm drawing because eyebrows can get very dark very quickly, so just take your time. So as I draw out my line, I'm careful to make sure that I'm coming right onto where the peak of my nose is starting. And I'm going to go right on top and do my trace. Bring my eyebrow down to the edge. And then I'm going to fill everything else in the middle. Now, when using the gel, try to use the product that's left on the brush. Try not to pick up more product to fill in the middle because then it just makes the brows too dark, and you want your brows to look as natural as possible. And I guess it really depends on the look you're going for, but I like them to look as natural as possible. So I'm using the little bit of product that's left on the brush and just filling that in. Now I'm going to take a spoolie, is what it's called, my eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to use the brush right at the end. You can use any brush for your eyebrows. You can use a spoolie, the old, which is an old mascara wand, or if you have a brow brush or something, you can use that. And as you can see, there's not enough hair coming down to the tip of where my bone starts for my nose. So I'm going to shade that in a little bit, and you'll see me do that using the concealer. So I am using the NYX Conceal and Correct palette. Please, I am begging you guys, when you're sketching out your brows, to make them really, really sharp. And by the way, this is an optional thing to do. You do not have to put concealer under your brow, but if you want them really, really sharp, you can. Make sure you pick a concealer color that is close to your skin tone for everyday use. When you use a concealer that is too light and you don't blend it out properly, it just looks way too strong under the brow, and it's not going to give you a very natural look. So I always say, for really natural, go with a concealer the color of your skin tone, or at least a half a shade lighter. Anything lighter than that, you're going to need to blend that out and maybe put a powder on top. Set your eyebrows with a set your eyelids with a powder, something that'll neutralize that color, because it'll just stay that way. So as you can see, I did the same thing with the other eye, but since that eye had not, the edge there hadn't extended properly to my nose bone, I don't even know if that's the right thing to say, well, my nose bone, bone for my nose, whatever it's called, the brows weren't matching up, so I outlined the bottom portion of it using the brush with the concealer. Now I'm taking some of that concealer and I'm going on top of my brow and outlining my brows at the top. And I'm just taking my time with that. I try not to use a lot of concealer on the top. It's good to outline your brows at the top if you're contouring, like you want your brows to be really chiseled, and contour those angles there and that brow. But if you don't, then if you don't want it like that, you don't have to do that. You can just skip the concealer right at the top. So when you put the concealer there, and of course it's best if you're going to put concealer up on there like that, make sure that you're setting it with some sort of powder foundation to blend it in, so the top of your forehead isn't like super light or just not blended in properly. So now that I've done that, I'm taking a look at my brows, and I still just don't like how that one looks there. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in a little bit with my brow pencil and brush it out once I'm done, just adding a little bit more color there. So with both looks, you're going to need two brushes, one angled brush and one flat edge brush if you're planning to outline your brows with concealer. And that's pretty much the finished look. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Okay everyone, so as you can see, we've went ahead and we're pretty much done with our brows. So as you can see, one brow is a little darker than the other, and that's because the shade for this is ebony, so this is like a black color versus this brow pencil being more of a dark brown. But I love the way that they both look. I love the finish. For $2, this is what you get, and for $6 or $5.99, this is what you get. So I'll post the links down in the description bar. Take your time with your brows. It does take time to get to learn how to fill in your brows properly. The other thing that I would say about filling in your brows is you want to make sure that it's going to be much easier for you to fill in your brows when they're actually manicured. When I say manicured, I mean, you know, if you get them, if you shape them up, if you use tweezers, if you use some sort of a razor, if you get them threaded, if you get them waxed, it's just much easier to see what the actual shape of your brow is when they're actually manicured, because everything is like easy for you. Take your time, go along the line of your brow, go right in the shape of your brow. You don't have to try to create anything. Now, I did create a little bit more brow in mine because, as you can see, I didn't really have many. So when you go up, you just take your time and you just almost do like a trace and you just fill it right in. if you guys have any questions about that or just need more information or suggestions on how to fill in your brows, those are my two favorite products on the market right now. They're cheap and they're cheerful, so they should give you a really good look, and that's pretty much what I use in the videos all the time when you guys see me. So hopefully this was a help to you. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you all, and I will see you back here on my channel very soon.